Rabbi malee in argamu wanti hagaan gabbarame. Urargame dubatta baafani kullee yoo rabame. Misiraarsa Rabbi guddaa faaruun duraatu ni teeti. Situ ardii samii uume amrii kullee narka geeti. Sindiriirtee ardiin illee simballattee samiin illee. Raammatanuu gori guutaan eeggattee gabriin illee. Rabbi malee hin argamu wanti hagaan gabbarame. Urargame dubatta baafani kullee yoo rabame.
The first day was totally exciting. The drive to Ziway, about 2.5 hours, and I just spent the whole time just looking out the window and just kind of watching the people. There was people everywhere.
We saw a lot of kids running around following us because we were new here and they didn't know why we're here and what we're doing here. So there was a lot of market stands. People walking around with little baskets trying to sell you gum or something, fruit or all kinds of stuff. Now we found a foosball table behind one of the stores, so we walked up to it and one of the market kids came running out and started putting in tokens. So we started playing them, and there's a big group of people around watching us. It was me and Jeremy on a team, and then Justin, and then the local kid was on his team. But he was holding out until the end. But me and Jeremy were in the lead at first, and then he just kind of just took over.
Ready?
Yeah, I think so. The food is good, but you know.
It's been something that's been on all three of our hearts for a long time, of just being able to go beyond the walls of America, go beyond, our neighborhoods and something. And so it's just been awesome to be able to come halfway across the world and meet with these kids that we've been corresponding with, we've seen videos of, and just to be able to see it firsthand has been awesome.
I'm looking forward to, number one, visiting our sponsored kid and the one that me and my wife sponsor. And I think that that's going to bring a totally different element to this on a more personal level that we, experience a relationship with someone we've been writing letters back and forth to and communicating a little bit and have never met in person. So I'm looking forward to that. I guess the other things I'm hoping for is that we can leave here with a better understanding of the culture, that we can leave with a better understanding of how to relay the situation here in Ziway to Americans.
The mission of Food for the Hungry Ethiopia is to serve poor both physically and spiritually. The first way is through facilitating development activities. Another one is through talking or speaking out about spiritual and physical hunger, and also through sharing the love of Jesus Christ by living among the community.
Well, today we started with the morning devotional with the entire group from Food for the Hungry, and got to meet some of the people here right on the grounds again that we hadn't met the first day we were here. And then we started making home visits to people that were affected from either losing one parent or both parents.
Yeah, we visited our parents' sponsored kid. Her name is Bethlehem, and our parents just sponsored her last week. So the coolest thing was Bethlehem didn't even know that she was sponsored yet. She was entered into the program. Her picture was in the system, and the packet was sent to us back home in Maryland. My parents went through it. They found they had 3 boys, obviously, so they wanted to sponsor a girl, so they had a daughter in the family, and they sponsored Bethlehem. They picked her out because of her big brown eyes, which when we saw her in person, we knew exactly that was the girl. So the coolest thing was we met with Bethlehem, and we were able to tell her that she was sponsored this week, that she should be receiving letters soon, and we even got her to speak in English that said, "Hi, Glenn and Barbara, thank you for sponsoring me." So it was phenomenal. It was the coolest thing that happened today so far. So. There's an absence in the group, yes. We woke up, we had breakfast, it's fine, toast and eggs, you know, the normal thing, but it was a very tough day. Jordan's the youngest out of us, obviously, and I can't remember at that age experiencing anything like we went through today. We went, we've seen the city some. The first day we were here, we passed by the people, but to get out of the truck today, to walk into these people's homes, to be right on the streets, to smell the smells, to see the situations that they're in was, for all of us, I think, you take a step back, and it's bound to happen. We heard when you come to Ethiopia, so we came up to, I think, the third or fourth house, and we got on a video camera, which I hope we do show. Jordan kind of lost his breakfast, so he ended up sleeping the rest of the day, which was fine. So.
Well, the Ziway project is established 2.5 years back here in Ziway. The first time we came here, we started operating on HIV/AIDS prevention care and support. And as we found many needy kids here in Ziway, we added another program, child development program through child sponsorship program. So now we are operating on 2 different projects here in Ziway.
Feel better.
100%. Nice to be back out, seeing why we're here, seeing the kids, rather than sleeping. My favorite part of the day was meeting my sponsor kid, AWOL. He showed me his school books and like where he sleeps in his house and everything. It was just by far the best part of the whole trip so far.
It was very surprising and energetic. There was random action going on as the day went on.
There's a lot of strange things happening.
Yeah, very strange people. The natives here are just ridiculous. And, there's close to 1.3 million people that have the virus, and the majority of those are children or have been orphaned because their parents have died. And so we've definitely been able to see the impact that Food for the Hungry has had here in Ethiopia with those people, and being invited into their homes and seeing how they live, with the virus, and just hearing some of the miracles of being told that they weren't going to make it through another day, and then because of prayer and just the support and the medicine that has been provided by Food for the Hungry, they're still living today, which is awesome.
We're at Lake Ziway, and we rode bicycles down here from the FHI office. And we just took a boat ride out in the lake. And we had a little motor, so we were blowing past all these small boats that you see behind me, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, the main reason of the visit is to come and see what's going on, how we are working with the kids, with the children here, and to go back home and communicate the need of the needs that the kids have here, and communicate back to home, and maybe search for more sponsorship, because still our capacity is less, and we want to serve more needs in this area, and they want to help us in that line.
Basically, the whole overall experience was wonderful. It was more than I could ask for. It was more than I imagined. Everything went basically perfect, except for me getting sick. But that wasn't really my plans. But just overall, the whole week was life-changing.
Yeah, one thing I definitely learned from being in Ziway and Ethiopia in general is definitely that people here have so much more, I guess, understanding of just spirituality in general, And last night we attended a church service, which was awesome. And just the worship and the energy put into, making that such a memorable experience for us, and for them it was, that's how every church service is. They were just singing at the top of their lungs and just going over and over with these songs, and all the songs just blended together because there was just no end to their worship. They're just totally genuine with it, and you could see that.
We wrote about Ziway being a place that was dark, in a sense of a place that was experiencing great tragedy with poverty. Not dark spiritually or anything, as we found out that they're very filled with Christianity, with spirituality, with a hope in a God, but a dark place in that there's a lot of work to be done. And the whole concept of streetlights became very alive to us the second we drove in, because we realized that if you were in a dark place, if you were kind of wandering around in a dark situation, or even physical, if you were wandering around the streets at night and it was dark, you would be without a sense of direction. You would kind of be lost, you'd be wondering, you'd be confused. And if you were to spot a street light in the distance, just one street light, it would give you a point of direction. You would have some sense of where you should head. And what we realize is that there's nothing that that as humans that we can do to come in and kind of bring a spotlight of hope to all of Ethiopia and wipe out this problem of HIV and AIDS. But what we realize is, if we all are streetlights, if we take responsibility to be used as God's vessels in a small way, then streetlight after streetlight is how you get a city of lights. And that's how I think Ethiopia is going to be changed. That's how Ziway is going to be changed. And that's how the world eventually will be changed, if we slowly become beacons of lights, similar to or exactly what the Bible called us to be.
The streets outside are dry like springs without water. My heart is threatened like a mist driven